Hey guys, Dave from Mozaik. Wanted to reach out with a quick story here just to let you guys know and introduce myself. I guess I'm David Carr from CADmate, as you guys probably know me, but also now that CADmate is a Syncly company, I'll be working closely with the rest of the team at Mozaik to help drive the social media forward and also content creation and things like that. We really want to ramp up our presence here on socials and give you guys a bit of a sneak preview of what happens behind the scenes. Also share some cool tips and tricks with you guys. Would love to share some content on like what our customers are doing and building using Mozaik as well. So, if you guys are doing some really cool things, we would love to see what you guys are building using the software. So, tag us in any content you guys are releasing to socials. We would love to collab with you guys on some reels and things like that. So reach out, let us know, drop us a DM, post a comment, whatever you need to do just to get that sort of process started. On the social side of what we're going to create, we're going to share some information on, when new versions drop, when new features are released, and also give you guys some, behind the scenes activity in what's going on our side as well. So a little bit of peek behind the curtains at version 14. We've got a very first pre-alpha build of that now that we're actively testing. We've got new features rolling out in those builds weekly at the moment. So we got some really cool stuff coming out and pretty excited to share it with you guys. I wanted to really kick it off by showing you guys some version 14 material changes. So materials is one of those things in Mozaik that it's originally designed for the US market and not really designed with pre-finished materials in mind. So a lot of the areas around the world use pre-finished materials. So, in Australia, we're pretty big on that. And when you have pre-finished materials, suppliers often have 1,400 combinations of materials, textures, finishes, and it gets pretty cumbersome to manage. So we've completely rethought how that process could look, and it's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do right now is to share my screen and give you guys a sneak peek and a little preview behind the scenes at how materials will look in version 14. Let's get into it.
Let's start by taking a quick look at the material settings page, and you can see straight away that this looks a little bit different to what you're used to. You've now got the textures appearing on the materials page, so that means that the textures are now linked to the material. What does that mean? Well, it means that you can create pre-finished materials and get away with something that, like the Polytech range, for example, that has 1,400 different combinations, and break that down into just two materials. I've gone ahead and created a Polytech 16mm and a Polytech 18mm. And what you're able to do there is drive the selection of the name of the material by the texture. What do I mean by that? Okay, well, let's take a look. So I've got my doors currently set to Polytech 16mm and my texture as Adriatic Matte. Now let's go to the cut list tab and see what happens. So it combines the material name with the texture name to give you a material. How cool is that? I mean, that's going to save so much time and allow you to create materials that have a name that makes sense. So your labels and your cut lists and everywhere you see that material in Mozaik makes sense, and allow you to create a combination of thousands of different textures that control the material name. So let's look at that play out. As you can see, I've also got the option here to expand my door selections and control these individually. So let's say my wall cabinets happen to be different. Okay, let's jump in and go, let's change this to something else. I'm just going to go with, say, a classic white gloss, and then you'll see the doors change to classic white gloss. Now, something that's always been a struggle is getting the right colored banding assigned to the right product. Now you can do the same thing in banding. Break this down, choose the option that you want, and then you'll be able to control the right edge tape to the right component straight away. Now, as you can see, the base cabinet still has the previous color, the Adriatic Matte, but the wall cabinet has the classic white texture. And what you'll also see here in the preview is that any edge that doesn't have an edge is showing the raw edge of the particle board in this case. So, some crazy cool changes. And then when you see that play out in our cutting list, well, now we've got a Polytech 16mm Adriatic Matte and a Polytech 16mm Classic White Gloss. So we're automatically filtering out and creating separate materials purely based on the texture that's assigned to the materials. This is going to be absolutely game-changing for anyone using pre-finished materials in Mozaik. I really can't wait to get this in your hands and see what you guys think. Drop me a DM, drop us a comment, let us know what you guys think of this new change. There's so much more from materials and behind the scenes, and I'm going to create a few more videos to show you those things, but I really wanted to start by sharing something with you guys of what's new.